Let us now look at this example where we will try and compare the ROEs of the two companies and see which one is better. So there are two companies where we have the income statement for company A, and we also are provided with the income statement of company B, and some of the relevant items for the calculation of ROEs are provided for company A as well as for B. So what we'll do here is we'll calculate ROE using all three methods. So the three methods, as we have discussed earlier, one is the original method, second is the DuPont, and third one is the extended DuPont. So we'll start with the original method for calculation ROE. So ROE is defined as net income divided by equity. So let's calculate this for company A as well as company B. So net income is 100 and the total equity for company A is 750. So here we have, when expressed in percentage, this is 13.3%. So ROE for company A comes out to be 13.3%. Let us calculate the same for company B. So I'll copy this formula and paste it, and this will be for company B. It is 1200 divided by 5000. So the formula works well, and what we see is that the ROE for company B is 24%. So looks like company B is better than company A. So let us kind of investigate this further and calculate the composition of ROEs using the DuPont method. So in the DuPont method, we have learned that the ROE can be divided into three separate items. This is net income divided by sales. This is the first term. Then we have sales divided by assets. We call this as asset turnover. And then we have the assets divided by equity. This is called as financial leverage. So let us calculate all of these three terms one by one. Net income divided by sales. This is, here we have 100 for company A divided by sales is 2500. So this comes out to be how much percent? 4.0%. Let's calculate sales divided by assets for company A. Sales is 2500 and assets is 1250. So this comes out to be 2.0. And what about assets divided by equity? Assets divided by equity is, total assets is 1250 divided by 750, that is the owner's equity. So this number comes out to be, or in fact 1.7. So our ROE using the DuPont method is basically the multiplication of these three items. So I'll use equal to, and I'll use this function called product, which multiplies all the numbers given as arguments. So I'll give these numbers as arguments, and what we see is that when expressed in percentage, this number comes out to be 13.3. So please note that using any method of ROE, whether original or DuPont, both the ROEs should come as same, because we're doing nothing but dividing this ROE into various different items. So ROE is 13.3% here. So while I copy this formulas here for calculation of company B, we note that here the ROE comes out to be 24%, and earlier this was also 24%. So let's minutely identify and analyze each of the elements. This profit margin is relatively higher for company B. As you can see, asset turnover is also higher for company B. And an asset divided by equity, this is leverage, is lower for B. So on one side they are losing out on the leverage as compared to the company A. However, they have much more advantage in terms of profit margin and asset turnovers. So that's why their ROE is relatively higher. So let's now calculate ROE using the extended DuPont method. In extended DuPont method, actually we started with the terms like tax burden, then we had interest burden, we had the EBIT margins, asset turnover, and we have the financial leverage. So ROE formula was divided into these different items, these 5 items. So let's calculate each one of them one by one. What is tax burden? This is basically net income divided by your EBT. Interest burden is EBT divided by EBIT. EBIT margin EBIT divided by sales. So sales divided by assets, and financial leverage is assets divided by equity. So here we have already calculated the last two, sales divided by assets and assets divided by equity. So what I'll do is I'll just link this up, these two, so that I don't have to calculate this again and again. So I've linked this up for both the companies, company A and company B. So let's identify the other items. What is tax burden? That is defined as net income divided by EBT. So net income, that is 100 divided by 150, that is EBT. So here it comes out to be, in terms of percentage, this is 67. And what about company B? If I copy this formula across, this is 60% for company B. This is for company A and this is for company B. What about the interest burden? This is defined as EBT, that is 150 divided by 175. So here, when this is expressed in percentage, this comes out to be 86% for company A and 100% for company B. So please note why this is 100% for company B, because there is zero interest expense in the case of company B. So that's why this interest burden comes out to be 100%. Now what is EBIT margins for company A? This is defined as EBIT 175 divided by your sales, that is 2500. So this is, when expressed in percentage, this comes out to be 7%, and for company B this comes out to be 11.1%. So when we have to kind of finally calculate the ROE, this is nothing but the multiplication of all these individual items. So let me do that using the formula product and all the items or arguments selected. So what we get is that ROE is equal to 13.3%. It's the same as what we got in DuPont and is the same as what we got from the original ROE. So let me copy this formula for company B, and we also note that in this case as well ROE remains the same. So when we look at extended DuPont and analyze the extended DuPont method, we note that the tax burden, so here company B has lower tax burden, so that means they are in a higher tax regime. They have lower interest burden, so company B is in an advantageous position when it comes to lower interest burden. That's why this is as 100%, and company B has a higher EBIT margins. So apart from this, they have a higher asset turnovers as well. So company B as compared to company A has the following advantages, and that's why they have a higher ROE. So what we have noted in this example is that just looking at ROEs do not provide us with the exact feel of where this ROE is coming from and why this company is performing better than company A. So when we look at DuPont and extended DuPont, we actually figure out the main reasons why. So that's why this becomes very important.